I told myself I'd be ready for that song transition. Almost. Almost ready. But hey, good morning, folks. Or good afternoon, or good evening, and as with many days, that may be an aspirational wish. It's, morning's tough so far for me. I'll get that out of the way. Woke up feeling... Oh gosh, I just woke up feeling kind of sick. And then I've been sitting quietly and still, just processing news coming in. Let me get into my good mornings here. But I do just want to forewarn people again that I do today and probably the rest of this week. Still same rules. I really don't want to talk about like extremely just happened breaking news, like that kind of thing. But the current ongoing U.S. election is going to be. I'm bringing it up now, so that you all know it'll probably come up more today and this week. But let me say good morning here to Queen Claire. I hope you're doing well. And Doc, it's good to see you. Chi-Chi Kitty, good to see you back here. And Heyo Dog, welcome back as well. And Hazy, good morning. Dar, good morning. Lovely to see you folks. And Eli, welcome back. Be around for all stream today. Be in and out though. No problem. Great to see you. Glad that you'll be able to make, well, as much of it as you can, really. As always, I do want this morning to be a gentle stream. Oh, and I have to thank Top Dog Anime so immensely. Don't want to miss it. Fortunately, I do seem to have gotten, I think my overlay notifications basically straightened out again. Actually, I do want to test something quickly. But I saw another, just an incredibly generous donation come in from Top Dog for $25, I think. Thank you so much for contributing to my current fundraiser for the LGBTQ Freedom Fund. For folks who would like more information on that, you can do !donate in chat. And I also finally updated my Twitch front page. Alright, it does look... Alright, I do think all my overlay notifications are working. And Chi-Chi, thank you so much. Really, thank you so much for subscribing. I really appreciate it. You get 2 channel emotes off the bat, and we're gonna add a 3rd one very soon. I think I'm gonna commission the Mars Girl for that. It is sort of surprising that I really need to, at some point I need to commission her to probably remake at least the first one I uploaded. I'm proud that my 2 emotes right now are ones that I mucked about in a paint program and came up with. I like that handcrafted aspect by yours truly. Mars Girl has just done such amazing work on the other art assets. Almost everything you'll see in terms of channel or overlay art is from her. If it looks like just a great illustration, very likely her work. I think at some point, well, I've been encouraging her to try to offer up her services on commission. I think that may be a plan at some point. Ooh, excuse me. Thank you again, Chi-Chi. Let me think. Other subscriber perks would be when emote only mode gets activated. I think you're able to just go ahead and type on through that if you're not aware. And of course, ad-free. It's very nice. That's the big one that I usually go for myself. To be honest, I mean the channel emotes and then the ad-free viewing are just a wonderful combo. In terms of this morning's agenda otherwise, though, oh wait, you know what, sorry, before I wanted to move on, I was mentioning Top Dog, and thanking B again for that just wonderful donation, and the fundraiser is going to be going on through the end of the year. I'm going to be focusing on it rather a lot this month, and I do have so my birthday is coming up in about 2 weeks-ish, a bit more, and I think I'll probably, as it gets closer, depending on where we are on the fundraising goal, I'll probably use that as an appeal to some extent. That's kind of my plan there. And thank you so much, Chi-Chi. It's nice in the morning before your classes. I really appreciate that. I've said it before, but this morning slot just works really, really well for me. And that other people join me and spend their mornings here is amazing. And I appreciate it so much. And speaking of that, thank you, Kayla from Purgatory. I appreciate that follow. Welcome to today's stream. We got the laptop in store today, and the classic animal pennant. I'm actually not sure if I have this one. I want to catalog this at the very least. And hey, Ribbon, good morning. How are you doing? Oh, I've been missing out on Top Dog's Pokemon Platinum playthrough. I think I've been missing that because I've been sleeping a little bit more in the morning, which is a tough trade-off to make, honestly, but sleep is kind of, I mean, it honestly is sort of like, in terms of how I structure my day, it's kind of a top priority. I need to put some money into the bank. I'm going to run around and do some dailies. I am going to... and then possibly open my gates up. As I have been. If somebody wants me to come over, I'm going to be open to that today. If there's anybody looking for an island visit for any, whatever reason, really. And thank you so much, Top Dog, for the Hydrate and Posture check. I hope you're having alright evening. Hope that you're going to be able to get a very good rest tonight. And glad, as always, folks can be quiet. I appreciate the channel redeems coming in there, but this is always a pro lurk stream. You can be as quiet as you'd like. Oh, darn it. Sorry, I just realized I rather wanted to get something on Steam yesterday while it was still on sale. Not a game though. It was actually the stream avatars thing was on sale for a little bit. I'm gonna pick that up at some point just because it seems I like seeing that on other streamers. Just seems like fun. But hydrate and posture check. I don't think I actually did the hydrate yet. But hey, I don't know if I actually have asked, but how are you folks doing? I said my good mornings, and I gave an overview on how I'm doing, and I gave and we'll try to occasionally repeat this as people come in, but the heads up that this is a stream where I work to be myself. Pretty open about my political stance. I think it's important in a number of dimensions to myself, like on a personal level, obviously, but as a sort of as an outward stance. So feel free, folks, to just if you just want to say I'm freaking out, I hear that. I am working to stay calm. I'm working pretty hard to self-soothe and keeping myself away from... I wasn't doing great on it yesterday, but keeping myself away from just refreshing sights constantly. Did take some of my own advice in terms of, got into some TV shows, watched a movie, did give myself breaks and things like that. I'd certainly recommend it as folks need to. Doc, worried like crazy about many things. I'm sorry, the compounding of events is just really, yeah, it's so overwhelming. But you and your mom needing to move, elections, various other things, and topics, and still being sick. It's so tough, Doc. I really do wish you the best with any move coming up, and really hope that it's just, that the process is as smooth as possible, and that the end result is just, ends up being a better situation. I know I've mentioned it just a number of times, but I've moved a lot, and I'm just gonna keep posture checking myself as well. I've moved a lot, and it's felt really, I don't know, just like one of the most disruptive things ever in my life. Just, it's really hard. And are doing okay. I'm glad to hear that. Alright, yeah, so morning rounds. If I'm not heading out anywhere, I'll probably just open my gates up, leave a dodo code open. Keep going after that Gigas giant clam, or however that is. I'm not actually sure if that's Gigas. That is how it is pronounced. That is the one thing well, not the one thing, but a big thing where, this game is really, it borders so closely on being genuinely educational about, fish and bugs and, sea creatures, right? But I wish so much that there was a pronunciation guide in the game. That would be great. And hey Cam, welcome back. How's it going? How are you doing? You can, boy, I do need a hat. It's really... Oops. There we go. Oh yeah, alright. Got the heat on, but it's getting colder out, it's getting chilly. And darn not motivated to do schoolwork. Boy, good luck with that. I really, really think I relate to that a lot. Motivation was the thing I struggled with just always most when I was in school myself, really the whole time. Making myself work on things that I didn't feel motivated for was a terrible struggle for me, and I procrastinated a lot. So good luck to you. I wish you the best on, finding that motivation, finding that groove, and just getting through it. And Chi-Chi saying, you know so many new things from this game. You can learn about Japanese culture too. Yes. And there again, I wish sometimes it almost had more background information, or just a in-game link to Wikipedia or something, almost. So many wonderful items included from other cultures. Included, seems like under their, original or native terminology, indigenous terms. But no internal, explanation on what they are exactly. But it's fun to look things up, It is. I quite enjoy looking things up myself and looking around there. And do a calm. What is calm in here? Or just what is the most calm one, I suppose? I think dozing is pretty calm. Maybe that's going for the sleeping ones too easy, but I think that one's very calm. I also find agreement very calm, personally. Pleased is good. Alright, that's getting less calm. I gotta get out of there. And Ribbon wondering, did I time travel or am I in the Southern Hemisphere? I am indeed in the Southern Hemisphere. You can see that will line up with, yeah, there we go, just... Sorry, I made that time command for other reasons, and that was just a convenient use to prove for, you know, those future web archaeologists. Boy, good luck going through this video footage, y'all. But the timestamps line up and all that. Yes, I am in the Southern Hemisphere, though. That is correct. I really wanted that feeling of island getaway during my real life winter, and I typically don't time travel. If I miss something, if I really missed something, I will time travel to get back to it or to check it out or whatever. But I haven't done that yet in New Horizons because I've just been playing every day. And Bennett, am I letting people in the island right now? Not yet. When I do, I'll have the, it'll say on the overlay up above somewhere, gates open. And also, you can always, it's always okay to just do like an exclamation mark dodo in chat. I keep it updated right now, it'll just say, gates are closed though. But I mean, you can, honestly, it's actually more personable that you did ask rather than just going for the bot. So, no worries though, no worries on either front. Oh, the toy horses, loving the light pink one. Yeah, Victoria's got the whole set in there. I have to say, not to be like, I don't want to dwell on it, but I personally find the racetrack theme kind of upsetting. I just, I'm not a fan of the whole real life horse racing thing, basically, myself. But she's cute. I like Victoria a whole lot. I just wish she would use, like, any of the furniture I've given her. Like any of it. And Chi-Chi had to time travel a bit because you couldn't take the snow during your birthday. Ah, okay, I get you. I guess that is, yeah, sort of a bit. I can relate. I really did want that escape myself during this winter. Sometimes there's real snow on the ground around here on my birthday. And I thought, boy, coming in here where it's, sunny, breezy, nice. Sounds good. And yeah, Cam, exactly. It's tough. But Animal Crossing has a few things like that. I think it is part of what makes it work as a good escape, though. Is the many ways it parallels, but puts into kind of a safe context. So a lot of real life things. You know, it's kind of like that's almost a human skull down there, nearly, but not quite. Oh, CJ's here. What's up, CJ? We'll do that. I'll get that Sea Sports challenge in a minute. So Chi-Chi's birthday's in August. Gotcha. And hey, Oz Not Found, welcome. How you doing? So Oz Not Found wants snow, but you also don't want snow. I definitely feel that one. I definitely get that. Got some birthdays in October and in May. Right on. Yeah, so Chi-Chi's a Leo? What am I? I'm a Scorpio. I don't, Not to be like immediately the no fun, like the uh, uh, no fun guy. I don't like to take too much into horoscopes. I do read them for fun sometimes, absolutely. With any kind of astrology or zodiac, I do. I for fun, I'll read it sometimes, and I'm not gonna be not gonna be a jerk on the topic right now. Ah, gonna go for that balloon though. I'm gonna bully the heck out of this balloon. Okay. Libra Legend. There you go. And Oz, wanna sleep. Also wanna read the Harry Potter books so you don't cry as much watching the movies. Well, and that might work for you. I don't think that, I feel like a lot of the people I know who cried during the books also definitely cried during the movies. I think they both made me kind of teary-eyed myself at the time. I don't think I out and out cried at the books or the movies. Not to try to be like a tough guy about it, so stuff will make me cry. Or just thinking back, I don't know if I actually, like, I think I just got very, like, teary-eyed. During the final movie in particular, that was very emotional at the time. Zadar had to time travel to your birthday since you didn't get the game exactly on your birthday. There you go, that's a good reason as well, for sure. Another Libra. Right on. I got the first snow on Sunday. Yeah, I've been hearing folks getting that snow already. We thought the other day, we thought we saw some flakes coming down, but it hasn't been, it's just been pretty rainy around here. Oh, except until, actually been sunny the last couple days, kind of nice. And a Taurus, right on. More curious thing for Chi-Chi, like Birthstone is a Peridot. Peridot, yeah. Wait. Am I saying that just the Steven Universe way, is that right? It's the only place I've heard Peridot said out loud, I think. I was cried during the fourth movie, yeah. I mean, I got so close during the final movie, I probably should just count it. And Chi-Chi still tears up during the old Pokemon movies. That was going to be... I mean, that is my first example, if I want to go there, of when I can remember the first time I cried at a movie. Was the first Pokemon movie. Went to see it in theaters. And, yeah, that big scene with Ash and Pikachu. So the thing is, I was there with my dad, and I did feel just a pretty large amount of pressure to, like, absolutely not be seen crying. So I was, like, sniffling and holding it in, definitely. But definitely count it. And yeah, no worries, Eli. Glad that you're taking care of your English. Very, very glad to see, you know, if you gotta dip out and focus on things, I'm glad to see you doing it. Did I watch the one with the unknown? I think so. I'm pretty sure that was the second one. And I think that was... I saw that in theaters too, because I want to say that's when they were giving away Ancient Mew cards as a promo. And that was a big deal to me. That was a huge deal to me, because previously, like, the Ancient Mew trading card was like some kind of super Japanese exclusive. And I was big enough into the cards back then that I was like trying to figure out if there was some way I could import one. The Girl with the Entei. Yeah, I don't remember that one as well, honestly. But I definitely did watch that one. I think maybe I only saw that one in theaters is a thing. Because I think I got the VHS of the first movie. And hey, Chroma, good morning again. Welcome on in. And so Oz, you speak English, but you have ADHD, so your brain doesn't like English. So you mess up on your words all the time. No worries, Oz. Thanks for being here. You know, I always thank people for making the effort. And is Queen streaming early today? I don't know about that. Yes. Wildcard Wednesdays. Huh. A wildcard move indeed. Exciting though. Looks like Sims 4 and Animal Crossing. I love her Sims 4 streams though. Looking forward to that one. And yeah, on the ADHD topic, I see Dar saying there, yes, I was diagnosed with, well, when I was a kid, around, how old was I when that happened, actually? I'm not entirely sure. I guess it was later. I think it was, like, basically around when I was in 5th grade. It was kind of the style at the times, as for being raised in, like, a upper middle class, kind of affluent family. I was very clearly a bright kid, but I wasn't doing well in school. And long story short, got diagnosed with ADD and immediately prescribed some powerful medications for it. And I just, you know, medications really can be wonderful, helpful things. Should really listen to your doctors on that topic. Personally now I have huge reservations about prescribing these kinds of psychoactive, you know, powerful psychoactive drugs to kids. And personally I wish that instead I had, like, been prescribed a tutor in, or like lessons in what it means that I have ADD, what symptoms am I going to be battling, what coping strategies are there to help with that. These are things that I've come to much, much later in life. Like in the last few years, where really all of a sudden a lot of my terrible struggles that seem to be ADD symptoms, I really am finding out, like for the first time in the last few years, that I'm not the only person who will, like, sit in front of work I need to do and just end up, like, breaking down because I cannot make myself get started on it. I don't know. I just it's just a complete wall. And that I know now is just some really fierce executive dysfunction. And I'm learning some coping mechanisms and strategies with that. And let me catch up on chat there. Osnotfound said, voices calming while you play Minecraft. Motivated to do something with that world. Right on. I'm very curious to hear what you're working on in Minecraft. And hey, Oki, good morning. Welcome. And Chi-Chi, yeah, getting the diagnosis and no treatment is... just feels like you're almost left out in the cold a bit. And your mom didn't believe it in me either. Yeah, I do really count myself lucky for the numerous ways that my mom was really involved. Was really really cared to be involved in my upbringing. People who don't believe in ADHD confuse Oz a lot. Yeah, unfortunately there are people who, I mean, people will deny a lot of hard science, unfortunately, for different reasons. But people who think that allergies aren't real, that's kind of astounding. And Eli catches you off guard seeing so many new people here. Is there anyone else from Mixer at the moment? I'm not sure if there is. Maybe Hazy. If Hazy's still here, she joined us while I was still on Mixer. And what's ADD? I don't know if ADD is still like a thing anymore, or if it's all just categorized underneath ADHD. But it used to be there was attention deficit disorder, versus attention deficit hyperactive disorder. And I'm just not sure what is actually in like the DSM or what, what's actually diagnosed these days. My rough understanding is that it is all kind of under ADHD now. I think. But I please let me know if I'm wrong about that. If anybody knows for sure. So Chi-Chi on Concerta now, and it changed your life. Yeah. Adderall really changed my life as well, but... Well, I have already said my mixed feelings about that one. I don't need to repeat myself. Again, medication can be just tremendously helpful for folks. Listen to your doctors about it, talk with them, have those conversations. So I was trying to do a survival world. You usually get upset because you're not doing things as fast as you want. Okay, I feel you. Yeah, sometimes you just gotta take a pace there. Inoki was put on antidepressants in early middle school. Really caused some struggles after. Oh, that's that was another, that's something that kind of happened to me as well. Obviously I don't know your exact, but pretty similar, and it took me a while to find out that like I never should have been on anything that is like classed as a antidepressant. Unfortunately, it's not my problem, and in fact, it it really does exacerbate what my problem actually is. What one of my problems is. I've mentioned before, but I do have a bipolar type 2 diagnosis. And that's something that I needed different medication for in my life that was very, very helpful. And Portal fan, welcome. Good to see ya. How are you doing? Classes ended for today. Congratulations. Hope you get to enjoy some freedom. And, alright, a radio tag from Queen Claire. I'll get right there. Okay, so, and Chi-Chi did believe they both ADD and ADHD are still diagnosed. Okay. Yeah, I mean, it seems like there was a difference for sure. I never totally got the, like, determining factor of it myself. But yeah, Chi-Chi, being able to give your own consent is I think, a really huge factor, and really something I do wish I felt like I had like kind of agency over some of that when I was younger. So I'm very glad that you got to make that determination yourself. And Chroma, oh, I'm sorry the stream keeps crashing for you. It looks like it's been like a little flaky here. Well, I'm sorry, Twitch can just be odd. The invite's invalid. Really? Why would that... thank you so much for letting me know. That is surprising. I set that up very carefully. I will update that right now, though. What? That's weird. Okay, I guess I need to make some new invitations. Discord's very odd sometimes. Yeah, sorry about that. And I don't think I mentioned it. I did open my gates up there. If anybody feels like getting that laptop or I forget if visitors can sell stuff to CJ or not. But that would certainly be an option as well. Okay, let me catch up on chat again, Chi-Chi. I definitely agree. Adolescents should be pushed for counseling therapy rather than medication. I think except in, you know, severe cases, I very much agree that I so much wish that, yeah, counseling was given a priority before going down that route. For sure. And Scarlet Kitty, welcome back. Just got off work 2 hours after your scheduled time off. Wow. Exhausted, but still gonna log at least an hour of Animal Crossing. I hope you have a relaxing time with that. Really do. And thank you, Chroma. Don't know if the political talk is allowed or not. Right now in the stream chat, absolutely. I don't really have a place for it in the Discord at the moment. I've been like really of two minds about it. That there isn't so much a place for it like in the Glossmount server. You're welcome to DM me as well, though. I do want to mention that to folks if you really need to talk or vent or have some kind of reassurance that, you know, we're gonna keep working together. We're gonna keep fighting together. I'm there for that. I am struggling myself. I'm freaking out. But I'm returning to a center, and I'm still catching up on chat, sorry about that. But Chi-Chi said, her counselor set a really simple example. People with ADD, when facing a project, have a hard time even starting it. While people with ADHD will start the project, but jump all over the place and not do things in order, and only do stuff they find interesting. Don't know how well that fits to everyone, so please don't roast Chi-Chi. That's interesting. For me, I see myself in both of those very much, is the thing. Both of those are behaviors I have a large problem with. And no worries if you're repeating yourself, Chroma. I know I do. And hey, Rubbish Ruby, welcome in. I'm just hanging out for a second. I just found out I need to quickly update another link on my front page here, since apparently my Discord, I thought I did set my Discord invite not to expire, is the thing. But I think I must have goofed at some point. And Cam says, don't mean to butt your head in as an adolescent who's struggling with someone pushing that you're bipolar on you. Never informed you about it, causing tons of issues. And it took you tongue-in-cheek to push for LGBTQ counseling. Yeah, I'm glad that it sounds like you're getting counseling now. I'm really glad to hear that. It's so helpful. It's something I try not to say too much just because it gets old. I really want to get back into a professional therapy situation myself. Just need to find kind of a way and time to do that. And it was, for me, at the time when I was diagnosed, finally, with bipolar type 2 as a teenager, for me it was actually really helpful to have a medication change and to be put on Lamictal. That's what it was called. And that was very, very helpful to me for a while. But it also just knowing, like having a better understanding of what my challenges were and why, just why certain things were happening in my head, helped a lot. And so Oz said, so far only cried once over the political stuff so far, so that's good. Tend to cry much more in stressful stuff like that. I hear that. I haven't cried yet about this, but I'm sort of cycling through numbness and anger and horror and despair, and then trying to settle back onto resolve and determination. Myself, definitely kind of spinning through those so far, though, myself. And hey, Queen Claire with the rib mixer. Appreciate that. And Oz is both of that start and jump around or won't start at all. Yeah, I think that is what makes it difficult. You know, speaking very not any kind of medical professional whatsoever, but I think there can be a lot of overlap between those, or at least it feels like it. And Rubbish Ruby, that's a great point. Medication helps a lot, but doing other things on the side is important. You know, finding a medication that works can be a crucial step. But therapy is still good. Making sure you have a strong personal support network is just good for human living, I think. And Cam, you don't even know the type of bipolar. Yeah, bipolar 1 is typically much more severe in terms of, I mean, kind of every symptom. But one thing that, one symptom that does categorize type 1 is it can be accompanied by hallucinations, as I recall, which is not a symptom of type 2. But otherwise, a lot of overlap in terms of the mood swings, impulsive behavior, and altered, like occasionally going into prolonged manic states or prolonged depressive states. None of these are, none of them are good things. That is for sure. But all can be, you know, there are treatments, both medicinal and, yeah, I think I'm just gonna sell these. But also, like, and this is also, there we go. It's just, I plan to throw that in the closet, like, just a little bit of roleplay. I'm just gonna throw it in the back of a room somewhere. I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Wish Canada could take over all the blue states and we could all live happily together. I don't totally understand that, but I do appreciate solidarity with our Canadian comrades. And my understanding, I'm not in any way informed on, I mean, I'm barely informed about American politics, but I'm doing my best on it. And unfortunately, when it comes to international, I certainly am out on a limb. But we've all got fights, I guess, is what I'm coming to. My understanding is that Canada's, oh, it's definitely got its appeals. It's definitely got some better stuff, but got some fights there as well. And alright, I gotta try to catch way more up on chat here. Oz, it's just therapist says maybe bipolar, don't know which, just bipolar. I hope you get a firmer answer on that. Sounds frustrating. And good, Rubbish Ruby, I'm really glad to hear that. Have a therapist on meds and other coping mechanisms as well. I'm really glad to hear that. And I hope that you're, you know, just keep it going. And hope you find, you know, just more success. And Ribbon says, oh, while growing up, their parents didn't really believe in neurodivergent stuff, quoting, their dad, everyone has a bit of blank. When asking about mental health stuff, both come to realize that's not the case. Oh, I'm so glad. Means likely undiagnosed for a lot of stuff, relate a lot to topics around autism and ADHD and depression. Won't say you have those things, but relate to them. Yeah. I'm glad that your parents seem to have come around, it sounds like. Wait, no, I just wanted to go to Bell, sorry. Back, what's bipolar? Bipolar is difficult to diagnose as well, especially when you're under 18. Yes, it can be. I've heard that there's a professional difficulty because teenagers do tend to be volatile, hormonal. It is that stereotype is often true. And I do need to, sorry, I'm still trying to catch up on chat here. But yeah, basically bipolar is, I mean, it can mean a few different things, but neurotypical folks are able to maintain a more stable emotional mood. Being bipolar means often feeling like you're at the whims of just all of a sudden feeling very low, or getting swept away with feeling, exuberant. Euphoric is the term. It's usually used, I think. And you get caught up in these cycles of lowered and elevated mood. And there's, an extent to which it can just be outside of a person's control, and it can require oftentimes both medication and therapy to get on top of a bit. Cam says, determined to be healthy, that's all really. What sucks is a person who's pushing this on Cam thinks that you can only be chill and level-headed and nothing else. An example is that you don't like them dead-naming you. Yeah, of course. So you react confrontationally, asking that they don't do that, and in turn invalidate your emotions. Sorry for being so heavy, but it's been on your mind. No worries, Cam. No worries, Cam. I'm very sorry that you're having to put up with the dead naming, though. That's definitely one of those behaviors that I want to be clear. Certainly don't put up with that type of thing around these parts. And good luck pushing on that, though. Pushing back, Cam. And Chi-Chi, yeah, the blue states are typically the associated with left-leaning in the U.S. And Du Bois, Treat won, that's right. I forgot to mention that Team Treat did win the Splatfest. Congratulations, Team Treat, on your out-and-out bribery. No, I'm kidding. GG's. GG's in the Splatfest. Okay, yeah, I think I see what you're saying there, Chi-Chi. Yeah, blue is in modern political maps used to distinguish the Democrats. And you're not far off about that. I mean, I certainly would add more. I mean, there's, of course, more nuance, of course, but a toddler and an adult trying to have a conversation, and the toddler won't stop interrupting the adult, except it's kind of like a toddler and an adult having an argument, and there's one other adult in the room, and that other adult also keeps, insisting that we listen to the toddler speak. Yeah. Morning, Mekon. Hey, welcome. Yeah, we're right in the, this is certainly why I have picked the mental health tag for this week. Openly talking about what we're dealing with in various dimensions. Oki's saying the thing with the antidepressants, instead of muting the depression, muted all your emotions and interfered with your memory. The side effects can be really tough to deal with. I'm sorry to hear that. I know sometimes the side effects are, well, just in certain cases where you find something that does work for you, sometimes it's just a hard decision to make on what you can or can't put up with, and what is and isn't worth it. But I hope you find something that really works well for you, Oki. And Mekon saying autism, ADHD, Tourette's, and Asperger's. I hope it's alright if I ask. I thought Asperger's was basically the specific designation of being on the spectrum. Is that right? I'm sorry. I do want to educate myself more about these. And if you just ever want to reply on, hey, go look it up, I certainly accept that. Oh, and the Discord link should work. I still need to update my front page link since that invite apparently broke. Sorry, I was doing that. Okay, yeah, those Discord links should work up. Should work again there. Not getting a free blue popcorn maker, nice. And I was scared a bit by neurotypical people. They don't think the same way and they don't understand anything you say, and it frustrates. I'm sorry for that. You really have my sympathies on that. I think the most frustrating thing is when one of the things I see is that just people who don't try to understand that there's such a difference, such an amazing variance that should be embraced in how people, in how differently people can think. And Chichi wondering if we've had sleep paralysis. Not recently. I've had, I think I said this before, I've only had a touch ever in my life. Just once, I think. And Rubbish Ruby, so happy that your BF is completely understanding of your bipolar. So you get aggressive over the littlest things, and he's understanding. And calms you down, trying to be better. But yeah, having someone who's supportive and understanding is really huge. You know, somebody who can still push back and enforce boundaries, of course. And I'm really glad you have that. And I'm glad you're here, Rubbish Ruby, for sure. Always trying to force yourself to move, won't stop trying until you get some movement from yourself. Good luck on that. For the sleep paralysis, yeah, I've heard that a meditative practice can actually help. And sorry, still trying to catch up on chat here. And Chi-Chi, I'm glad for your friend also finding an accepting partner. Yeah, and I thought the Discord link was working, but it definitely bugged out or something. I wonder if I didn't set it for unlimited uses, if I goofed on that at some point. Cam says, on a med, makes you less agitated, but it's making you more positive. Not angry at everyone, if that makes sense. Yeah. Just kicked in. Pushing you to start a higher dosage or another med, but it's been so little time. Yeah, you take your time. Take your time on that. It's usually one of the hardest parts about, like, starting a medication is giving it enough time and waiting to see how it goes. And I need to thank a few new followers here. Oh, DeBoy, thanks for that follow. Star Butterfly 93, thank you. And Crystal Monsters, thank you. Welcome new people. You caught us in the middle of just chit-chatting about our mental health, kind of. What we're going through. And that kind of thing. Being a little vague there. I am trying to catch a Gigas giant clam, if you're wondering. I'm not just swimming around. And hey, Marskull, good morning. So glad to see you. I hope you're having an okay morning so far. And hey, Chroma. I appreciate that. I hope so. But please do watch out for rule number 0. Where the one thing I really don't want just so far is breaking news. I certainly want good news, but just right now, yeah, that's okay, Chroma. But I very much do want to, the up-to-the-minute, like, news breaks, it's for my, like, emotional bandwidth, that really is why I have that up there. Appreciate good news, you know, fingers crossed and all that. I did not see the Google question. Thank you for the reminder. And Mikan, confused, woke up and it said Claire was live, but she was not. And Ribbon also got that live. Yeah, I think she might have, you know, maybe just done a test or something. I couldn't tell you exactly. And Star Butterfly also has Asperger's. Can be difficult, but it's possible to live with. Just hang in there. Yes. I certainly agree. And I hear you, Chroma. I am a bundle of nerves. To any extent that I might appear calm and collected, it's... Well, it's not out and out a persona, but it is... It's also a bit of a performance. Looking to escape crystal monsters? Yeah, just so you know, we're talking openly about our anxieties, and I am open about my own fears for for this election, trying to always make clear that, you know, we're going to have a future and a fight ahead of us, regardless of the outcomes. And only breaking news Mikon wants to hear is if Nintendo surprise announces Banjo-Kazooie HD collection on Switch. That would be sick. That would be cool. And thanks, Riven. Yeah, those, so Rule Zero are the new ones that are very much for this week in particular. I appreciate that. And hey, Quiggy, good morning. Good morning, fellow Anxiety Orb. Indeed, indeed. And that is good news. Showered and brushed your hair yesterday. You gotta take these triumphs where you can. Absolutely. And good on you. Been a while since I brushed my hair. Hey, it's a little joke there. I'm basically bald. And hey, thank you for the follow, Let Helium. How are you doing? How's it going? Pretty hair, just hard to take care of it sometimes. Yes. Once upon a time, I had long hair, and it was really quite more difficult to take care of. And what good news, Star Butterfly! You got married 2 weeks ago to your high school sweetheart Rachel. That's tremendous. Congratulations. I hope you two are really happy together. And it's wonderful hearing, oh, that kind of good news and love this time for sure. Marriage is poggers. I've got mixed feelings about the institution myself, but I never want to take away from other people's celebrations, ever, 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 ever. But my parents, gosh, that's a bad way to lead off. Yeah, no, alright, sorry. I'm just gonna, clear the slate on that one. And hey, Darlene Dumont, welcome. Welcome. Good to see you back here. Didn't miss the redemptions of Hydrate, Posture, and Hat Change. I have to catch up on these. Thank you, Doc. And I have to get that Google. When was bipolar first studied?
Here's a summary from the website healthline.com. Pierre Falrit published an article in 1851 describing what he called la folie circulaire, which translates to circular insanity. To find out more, look for the link in your Google Home or Google Assistant app.
Well, that got kind of nasty quite quickly. Unfortunately, I think pretty much whenever you look up the first time a mental illness or a neurodivergent condition, that's probably a better way of putting it. First time any of that's studied, it's probably kind of awful. Unfortunately. Okay, and hat chain. Still need to do the hat chain, though. How does this show up at all? This is a plain green hat. Okay. And posture check. Let me roll the shoulders and straighten the spine there. Alright. And Chi-Chi wondering, what is my job? I don't mind you asking. I'll give you sort of the, It's a two-part answer. It's not very interesting, but the technical explanation is that I just am an independent contractor. I'm a freelance copy editor and consultant, mostly for a single publishing client. In practice, that means I get paid kind of regularly, but just to update a website, to do various other things. I edit a lot of papers. I write actually a fair amount of copy. I kind of write some headlines, some small news like articles, a fair amount of different stuff that's, you know, kind of thing a small publishing company looks for, you know, a kind of go-to guy on. Probably my favorite part of it is the actual editing of papers. It's technical stuff. It has to do with like technical engineering and regulatory information, which is sometimes pretty dry. But I've gone on about this sometime before, no worries. But just, I know some people might be hearing me say it again, but I really like editing other people's work in particular. The feeling of sometimes just, you know, taking material and, you know, moving this there, putting that there, correcting this, noticing that. You know, sometimes all I'm doing is either deleting commas or adding them. Sometimes I get to go so far as actually restructuring paragraphs or moving entire portions around for just better readability, better flow. I don't know. I just like doing it. Something just immensely satisfying to me to take that work and turn it around and have it be, you know, just taking this raw material and turning it into really polished, publishable stuff. I just think it's neat. And Oz, your hair is so short in a ponytail, you don't like how short it gets. So my job is to be a clickbait master, but for papers. Oh my goodness. Nailed it. No, it is one thing I like about it. It's a super old-fashioned kind of, outfit. And fortunately, the publisher who I largely work for is like, pretty resistant to certain modern trends and advertising. I do have to like also update social media though for them sometimes, that's true. That is a true thing. And Chi-Chi, envy my personality. Thank you. Thank you. Love to communicate, not very good through words. Really need to get back into reading. But you're a visual artist. Well, that's fantastic. And, you know, when it comes to communication, certainly, it's good to play to one's strengths and to know where those are. Rubbish Ruby, low-key lurking, watching stream in between work stuff. Thank you, no worries. Got another, wow, a whole other half hour to go here. And then I will be ending for the day and moving on to that day job I'm talking about. So Oz, you don't understand second drafts for papers like essays. You put what you meant to put. That's what I used to think. And, you know, conceivably there are people who get what they want in the first draft. It's not impossible. But I can tell you that I was somebody who, wrote things very carefully for school and other places. Still do. And absolutely needed, I absolutely needed to edit that work. And second drafts could be helpful. Now, I think what can be tough is when you're asked for a second draft of something in terms of making an entirely new draft. That's a lot to ask for. I've had to do that only a couple of times, and it feels like such a pain. I did think it was helpful. But what I do think is really almost universally good for folks is the second draft in terms of just going through and editing. You know, just speaking for myself, I really do relate to that feeling of like I put what I meant to put. And I can just say that, again, I've been surprised going back and, hey, I forgot to put a word there. Like, this sentence is straight up missing a word. Or, again, just other things. And maybe it is just because I like the editing process so much now. But sometimes seeing things to move around, change sentence structure. It's really hard going over your own stuff, though. And Chichi donate some bits if you help with your resume sometimes. I appreciate that. I'm not good at resumes. Or at least I don't have practice. I've actually meant to update mine for a couple of years now. That's a particular skill for sure. And hey, Ramen Time, welcome back. But yeah, I was too frustrated to go over your papers. It's really tough. It's really tough going over your own stuff. And the only advice that I have for that is what a lot of people will say, and it doesn't help much starting out, but just that getting used to it will make it normal and a lot easier. Ruben's hands feel like sandpaper, so dry from the cold. Literally while getting ready, you've applied both hand cream and hand lotion like 3 times, and it's still sandpaper. Oh dear, Ribbon, I've been there. You may need to, I mean, if I don't know how much searching you've already done on the hand creams and hand lotions. I know when I was having really bad hand dryness in the winter, I had to go through a lot of different ones. Gloves in a Bottle is, I think, the one I like the most. And I'm curious if you've tried it or even heard yeah, it's called Gloves in a Bottle. And Chrome is wondering if I've ever had someone try to pay me with exposure. Not yet. No, not yet. Not in terms of my day job or as a streamer yet. Be curious. Oh, I never did Queen Claire's radio tag, I think. I just realized. Oh boy. How long ago was that reward request? I gotta pop this open and catch up on these. And I see Doc just getting that in there right now. But, sorry about that, Queen Claire. If you haven't left to get ready. Let me just drink some water and, for the most part, when I stream, I actually, it might sound funny, but I try to speak more in my upper register. Which is to say that this is not me speaking, like, at the very top of my register. You know, that's more getting squeaky around up here. But I do try to pitch my voice up a lot of the time on stream. I think it comes through a little bit better in various ways. And I think the, inflection comes through a little bit more clearly. Anyway, but for the radio tag, I slip back into that bass a little bit. Or that's the plan. So I try to get some water for that one, but alright. Enough with that. Kingdom Love. That is how I would say that if I was back on the radio. And let's get this Google in. I hope this is a clam. I'm gonna get the Google right after this sassy fast boy. Come on. Oh, it is juking on me. It's twisting on me. And thank you, Scarlet Kitty, for that posture check. I'll get to that in one moment as well. Yeah, this is large, it's fast. This might be it. There it is, look at that. Sweet. Ew. That's cool. Man, that's enormous, though. Wow. Probably, isopod. I think I need an isopod though, actually. Alright, and let me get that Google in before I spend any more time not getting that Google in. What are the top 5 favorite dishes to fix during Thanksgiving and Christmas?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that, but I found something else. Do you want to know what is the most popular side dish on Thanksgiving?
Yeah. Gotta be mashed potatoes, though.
Sounds delicious.
Why? It never listens to me. I don't know. Sorry about that one. Almost worked. Notably fast animals, those clams. That's right, Quig. Fast as a clam, my grandma always used to say. And did I do that hydrate? I'm not sure. But posture check. And Oz says, remind me of a combination of the two guys from Mythbusters. Like both of them combined as me. Gosh, yeah, Jamie, a little bit of Jamie and Adam. I can see that, actually. That's... I'm quite flattered by that comparison. I'll take it. I loved Mythbusters. I really loved Mythbusters. It was so sad to hear about, Grant D. Mihara passing away this year. Really tragic. Alright, and there's Queen Claire. Alright, I hope you did hear that radio tag then. Sprout stuffing, mashed potatoes, turkey, ham, sweet potatoes. Oh, ham, yeah. Yeah, that's an interesting regional difference, I think. Never had ham. Well, ham for Christmas, I guess, is actually was my family's tradition for many years. I personally don't like ham myself much. Was never really a big fan of it. It just wasn't. I really like turkey a lot. It's just personal preference. And hey, Thufaizer, welcome back. How you doing? Good to see ya. I'm gonna just hunt around, taking a look, see if anybody's crafting. Oh yeah, and Sean Connery too. I really enjoyed his acting work. And I don't want to dwell on it. Because I don't want to, it's an unpleasant subject. It turned, I did see some stuff that even fairly, recently Sean Connery was saying some just really terrible stuff about domestic abuse towards women. Even pretty late in his life. I think he did turn around on it even later, but was news to me. But I enjoyed, one thing I always enjoyed that The Avengers. Anybody see that one that he played like a weather scientist in or something in? But that's a thing to often go through with actors. I mean, a lot of actors don't have great personal lives. Same with musicians as well, and tends to be just an ongoing, somewhat internal, a conversation about art versus the artist and all that. I've got my places where I stand on different people. And generally, I would just say I think it's good for things to be known about people so that people can make their own decisions, Oh. And Thufais are doing as well as any American at the moment. How am I? I hear that. I'm gonna allow that, Crystal Monsters. Yeah. I think I'm okay with the WT frack. What the frack? But I do try to err on the side of being family friendly. We'll just always ask folks to keep that in mind. And I may have to change my mind about things. I'm gonna close my gates here and donate this Gigas clam. And so Crystal is vegan, so you have a tofurkey at Christmas. And being in the UK, Thanksgiving isn't a thing. That, well, yes, sure. How do you like your tofurkey? Wait, no, that's incorrect. Wrong one. And yeah, Sean Connery definitely... It's good movies. Like using What the Fudge. Yeah, there's alternatives for certain. But Crystal was in Pittsburgh for Easter one year, and your host served you sweet potato with marshmallow. I've had that once or twice. Yeah, I'm pretty down with it. I'm pretty okay with it. That I associate as like slightly more of a Midwestern thing. Didn't see it much around. I'm actually in Pennsylvania myself, but I'm on the southeast part. I've been to Pittsburgh like twice, I think, once or twice. And it's kind of astonishing how far away it is, though, when you actually try to drive from these parts. But I've seen people do the sweet potato with marshmallows thing. I don't know, it makes sense to me. And Quiggie's got that tofu in the fridge you should use. There you go. Gotta use up that tofu. I've like softened a lot on tofu. I still don't exactly like it. To be honest, it can definitely be like prepared well though. But that said, I'm like I've said it before, I'm just still working on reducing the amount of meat I eat overall. Well, let's get these clam facts. But Chroma, have a good rest of your day. Thanks so much for being here. Do take care. And congratulations, Oki. That's awesome. 117 pairs of shoes for a penny each, basically, to donate to the homeless shelter. That's wonderful. Thanks so much for doing that. That's really wonderful. Quiggy loves tofu. Don't understand why your fellow meat eaters tend to hate it. It's a texture. I really don't ever the texture's just never felt good to me, I think. Just personally speaking. And it is why I think the I mean for us I think the plant-based like spun protein imitation meat is getting more popular, and why it's something we buy like instead of ground beef for burgers now. We get I forget which we get, the Beyond or the Impossible. But the texture is there. It really like the just that mouthfeel. It's got that mouthfeel. And ask Google Comfort. Comfort.
I found a few locations for comfort near you.
Nope. Gigas giant clams live in warm water coral reefs and are the biggest bivalves in the world, growing as wide as 6 feet and weighing up to 600 pounds. These clams can live to be 100 years old. And yes, these mighty creatures look as though they could eat a swimmer whole. Wow. But they eat plankton instead and get valuable nutrients from an algae they live in symbiosis with. Indeed, these enormous gents, absolute units, get all the sustenance they need by lying face up with their shells half open. If such was my life, I'd be happy as a clam too. I had no idea they got that big. And Quiggy did say, would respect the texture argument. Yeah, that really is what it is about. Flavor can be fine, totally. And seitan, I was just hearing about this. I don't know if I've actually tried it. But the spices can be a problem, apparently. Interesting. I have to be careful with spices. I love spicy stuff now. Definitely was a big change as I got older. I look out for nice spicy kick on things. But too much of it is a real problem. Yeah. And Chi-Chi loves vegan food, but you're not vegan. so expensive, the price can be a problem. You know, people will certainly point out that there are affordable and cheap ways to do it, but it does depend on having local access to certain things and also being okay with a certain you know, a lot of things like rice, lentils, nuts as real staple dietary items, depending on what all works for you. Just wheat gluten, so you can add whatever you like to it. Oh, that's right. So I don't think I can have that. I might explain why I haven't had it. I have to eat gluten-free. I have to stay away from wheat and stuff. I'm not a celiac or have a gluten allergy. I do have IBS, and I have to stick to a low FODMAP diet. It's the best thing I've found for not spending my days in absolute misery. It's a real problem I had to work through recently. I meant comfort as an Animal Crossing reaction. That's what I thought. That's what I was wondering there, Doc. Look at how busy it's getting down here, though. Wow. This is getting spooky down here, though. Bacon by itself, like tofu, and then it's pretty malleable. Just the way you've had it prepared, I see, I get you. Okay. So what would comfort be? Be pat, and I think a little agreement. I think a little encouraging. A little delight. Some nice pleased. I think I would find that comforting. So I hope that comes through. And yeah, good point, Crystal Monsters. It is tough in the US. I know for sure. I mean, again, just more about the situation there, where our agricultural produce is so heavily subsidized by the government that it's a problem in various ways, but it is why like beef is so cheap here. It's why milk is so abundantly produced and things like that, even though the whole like milk and dairy thing is one thing I find like more and more kind of wild these days. Especially like the other thing is becoming like lactose intolerant as an adult, and finding out that, you know, like 60% of the population also becomes lactose intolerant as adults, and yet for some reason we pretend like everybody can have dairy and milk products and things. I don't know, it's weird to me. And hey, Con, welcome. And Abby, lactose intolerant, but you love milk, still drink it with pills. Yes, there are, if you are lactose intolerant, there are things you can do. I don't know if it's sold elsewhere, but we buy sometimes Lactaid brand ice cream or milk, or they do eggnog as well. And the Lactaid stuff is really good. I really like their ice cream. And it gives me no trouble with my stomach whatsoever. It's wonderful. And you can also get tablets or pills, yeah, that contain lactase enzyme. And that will allow you want to take it like either with your first bite or right before you have something with lactose in it. And for me, it's like 95%, I would say, removes the discomfort. Definitely enough to be like worth it. I'm kind of looking for this giant clam, I guess. I was wanting to see that around somewhere. So Khan says, like, apple juice is soy milk. Wow, I can't imagine that. That's it. I have not heard of that combo. Very interesting. Was it in the other room? I want to find this giant clam. Quiggy saying, huge fan of oat milk as a dairy replacement. Yes. I think the last thing I saw is that oat milk is, I believe, supposed to be the most sustainable alternative as well, which is something that I think is a pretty important aspect. It's a problem with like almond milk and things like that, and some other of those milk alternatives, that if people were to actually switch to using that over milk, it would be really, really unsustainable. Dar's got to go by. Hey, take care, Dar. I hope you have a good one. Were they at the top here, maybe? Maybe I walked by them several times. And, so Mars Girl said that she heard a health org was considering shifting the term to lactose tolerant because the tolerance is the rarity and the intolerance is much more common. I mean, that makes sense to me. There it is. It is in there. Cool. I love the aquarium so much. I'm just going to hang out in the museum for the last 5 minutes of the stream, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, thank you, Chi-Chi. I appreciate it. And Quiggy saying during non-pandemic times, oat milk fruit smoothies, go-to pre-practice meal before roller derby. Nice. Hope, yeah. Sorry about roller derby there, Quig. And thank you, Marskull. I'm very... I can't believe I actually said I'd go for something in the title and I found it. After like 3 days of fishing for tuna with no luck. And I will have to, at some point I'm going to bug people in the Northern Hemisphere to let me come by and try to get a tuna there. Not today, obviously. I gotta go soon. But it's like the apple juice is made with soy milk instead of water. Curious. I don't know if I'm gonna try it, but I'm curious. We usually don't keep soy milk around though, and that's one thing. So I would not be able to if I wanted. Ah, lovely fish. And yeah, alright, Quiggy revealing. Very cool roller derby work there. I think I've only, yeah, I got to like partly spectate one of her games that was webcast, which was cool. That was neat. But yeah, not much of a season this year for obvious reasons. True enough. And this, you know, this is getting fuller. A lot of blank space here. But someday we'll have all the art. All the art that ever existed in this museum. That's a good selection, though. It's a pretty solid selection. And thank you, Chi-Chi. I hope you have an amazing day. Oh my goodness. I really do, though. Take care of yourselves. I am going to be ending in like 2 minutes. I'm going to walk around the bugs for a little bit. I just got to hit that 10 a.m. for my own satisfaction before heading on out of here. Thank you for that hydrate there, Doc. Oh, you know, there's one thing I've been wanting to, I've been a little wrestling with slightly. And I guess I'll make like a post about it. I don't know if I need to make like an addendum video for the playlist or something, but I am actually going to discontinue my Pokemon Tundra, what's it, Crown Tundra stream playthrough. Because I have to finish Pikmin. I have to finish Dark Arms, and I'm just gonna play through the Crown Tundra on my own time. So I am sorry for anybody that has disappointed. I don't like starting something and not finishing it, but gotta find time to go back to my other playthroughs, and I do feel like for that one there's a aspect that I've seen a lot of other people streaming the DLC, including our own Ribbon Ichigo, and in fact I'll get that shout out right now. That just indeed, if you want a good streamer to follow, or I don't know if they're still playing through it, but oh, thank you, Marskull. Yeah. And hey, Fifth, you're a wonderful folk. But you're so welcome, Chi-Chi. And Marskull, you're right. There should be more abstract art options, though. Okay, so Ribbon did finish playing through Crown Tundra. Well, that's fine. If I don't know if your VODs are available, but if folks want to see how that ends, I definitely recommend that one. And again, I am sorry for discontinuing it. But I starting 3 playthroughs and then just leaving them up in the air is I do not like how it feels. So I got to go back and focus on finishing off Pikmin for sure. Goodness, I mean, I started that well over a month ago, I think. And Ramen Time got to go doing Zoom for school. Hope it goes well. And no Mondrian, I know. Where are the Mondrians? Where's the oh, boy. If only I could remember more of the art history I've taken. I often think to myself. But I will be back tomorrow morning, same time. And it's going to be, this week is just going to be like this, ongoing, I do think. We'll see about next week. I need to update my schedule for this Saturday. It will be like a normal multiplayer focused day. And there must be some Picassos in there, right? Right? I mean, the one I would really want to see also are the Matisse. Yeah. Yo, Matisse was some real good art there. Couple of others I wish I could remember the names of, though. Really wish I could remember the names of off the top of my head. Anyway, I gotta go. So please do take care, folks. Thanks so much for being here today. Thank you for Kandinsky. That's one. Keith Haring. Oh, how did I forget Keith Haring? I think it's Haring, right? Sorry, just to be, I was like a really big into him for a little bit. I just want to check that real quick. Yeah, I think it is Haring. Sorry, not to be the biggest nerd. Thanks so much, Quiggy, Mars Girl, Abby Tabby, Khan, everybody. Really, this was a nice morning. I really hope that y'all, just take care of yourselves the rest of this day. For folks who might need it, I will be around on Discord for sure. I'm gonna try to be busy with work today. I really failed on that yesterday. But please do also join me into Queen Claire's stream, the Wildcard Wednesdays. I don't know if I'll be there as much today, honestly. I might have to just duck out to try to focus. But take care, everyone. I'll be back.